I saw that Elizabeth had got the rights to a movie called Cocaine Bear, and immediately my thought was, they'll never get this movie made. And then I retweeted it and told them, take my money. She saw the tweet because she follows me, called me up, was like, hey, you want to be in it? I said, absolutely, let's do it.
Cocaine Bear. What can I say? This film is an absolute riot from start to finish. Directed by Elizabeth Banks.
Check out this new clip from my movie Cocaine Bear. It will blow your mind.
A bear did cocaine!
Yeah, that kind of blow.
The film loosely follows the true story of a bear that stumbled upon a stash of cocaine dropped from a plane.
Bear in the Chattahoochee Forest on Blood Mountain, those are all real places. And the bear had consumed what they thought was about 70 pounds of cocaine.
In real life, I believe the bear died from an overdose. But in the film, we obviously have the story changed for entertainment purposes.
What'd you see? It's demented or something.
What?
We follow Keri Russell throughout the movie, who leads the cast and delivers her best performance to date as a tough and determined nurse on the hunt for her daughter, who skips school and runs off into the woods to paint some rocks.
My mom was like, oh my gosh. And I just hear her laughing in the bedroom. She's like, you just got this audition. Like, the script is hilarious, but don't freak out. It's about a bear on cocaine. And I was like, okay, first, what is cocaine?
Just wondering if it has long-term side effects. For the bear, of course. If it just did a little bit.
Well, it could create a habit for the bear.
What if they never want to do it again?
Oh, then it should be fine.
O'Shea Jackson is another protagonist who pulls off a fun role as some personal assistant to a redneck family waiting for the cocaine stash.
The main thing that was so attractive is just how weird it is. And it's so uncommon to get a big studio movie that's this kind of out there and bizarre and fun.
But let's not beat around the bush here. The real star of the show is the hilarious and absurd antics with the cocaine-fueled bear. From taking the line off an amputated man's leg to chasing an ambulance van down, this bear steals the show and had me in stitches.
I think the movie has 17 characters and 11 of them die. And every death couldn't be a bear attack. You know, we had to upgrade each death. I wanted to surprise the audience. I wanted to make sure that we didn't repeat ourselves, that everything built to something else. And it was really important to me that we show the fallibility of the humans in the story. That this bear is not the big problem here. The humans are the problem.
However, I must warn you, this film is not for the faint of heart. It is brutal and violent at times. But the violence is filmed so well that it adds to the overall experience of the film. I know I mentioned it before, but seriously, the ambulance scene in particular is a standout moment that had me on the edge of my seat.
I hope that audiences feel the movie lives up to the title. Cocaine Bear is a lot to live up to. And whatever you think it's gonna be, it's everything and more.
The only real downside to the film is the tedious side story about the redneck family waiting for the cocaine stash to be delivered. It does improve slightly when the by-the-books cop played by Isaiah Whitlock Jr. turns up and adds a bit of intrigue.
I'm a detective. I've been looking for these drug dealers for years. I finally sort of get my chance to go after them and make this my one big lifelong case.
But the side story falls apart again towards the end of the film. I have to say though, Cocaine Bear is a classic middle of America film that will have you laughing, cringing, and possibly even crying. It's not a perfect film by any means, but it's one you need to watch with friends and get tanked up on some alcoholic beverages. I'm giving it a solid 3 out of 5, and I got this sneaking feeling that this Cocaine Bear is gonna become a cult classic in the years to come.